Was it the distortion of humanity, or was it the demise of morality? Amongst the sickest of the 18th century, please welcome your host, Robert Walton, and Victor Frankenstein, the most wretched of them all. Now, Victor, what drove you to make the wretch, and what did it cost? Everything. It was the most beautiful season, but my eyes were insensible to the charms of nature, and the same feelings which made me neglect the scenes around me caused me to also forget the friends who were so many miles absent. Sometimes I grew alarmed at the wreck that I perceived I had become. The energy of my purpose alone sustained me. That must have taken a lot of devotion. Can you talk a little bit about how you felt at the point of the wretch's creation? It does seem like the most exciting part of your story. How can I describe my emotions at this catastrophe, or how delineate the wretch whom with such infinite pains and care I had endeavored to form? His limbs were in proportion, and I had selected his features as beautiful. Beautiful! Great God! His yellow skin scarcely covered the work of the muscles and arteries beneath. His hair was of lustrous black and flowing. His teeth of a pearly whiteness, but these luxuriances only formed a more horrid contrast with his watery eyes, that seemed almost the same color of the dun-white sockets in which they were set, his shriveled complexion and straight black lips. The different accidents of life are not so changeable as the feelings of human nature. I had worked hard for nearly 2 years for the sole purpose of infusing life into an inanimate body. For this I deprived myself of rest and health. I desired it with an ardor that far exceeded moderation, but now that I had finished, the beauty of the dream vanished, and the breathless horror and disgust filled my heart, unable to endure the aspect of the being I had created. And how do you cope with such a stressful event? At length lassitude succeeded to the tumult I had before endured, and I threw myself in the bed in my clothes, endeavoring to seek a few moments of forgetfulness, but it was in vain. I slept indeed, but I was disturbed by the wildest dreams. I started from my sleep with horror. I beheld the wretch, the miserable monster whom I had created. He held up the curtain of the bed, and his eyes, if they may be called, were fixed on me. His jaws opened, and he muttered some inarticulate sounds, while a grin wrinkled on his cheeks. He might have spoken, but I did not hear. One hand was stretched out, seemingly to detain me, but I escaped and rushed downstairs. Wow, you really have no chill when it comes to your work. I believe you need a woman's touch to subdue your machinations. She was the most important thing that bullet monster stole from me. Oh, Elizabeth. Now that I know that your cousin, Elizabeth, she means a lot to you, right? No word, no expression could body forth the kind of relation in which she stood to me, my more than sister, since till death she was to be mine only. And yet a man is blind to 1,000 minute circumstances which call forth a woman's sedulous attention. Well spoken, good sir. I heard that you were at the trial of William's murderer, Justine Moritz. Did you feel any moral obligation to tell the court of the wretch and his direct relation to the poor child's death? 1,000 times rather would I have confessed myself guilty of the crime ascribed to Justine, but I was absent when it was committed. And such a declaration would have been considered as the ravings of a madman, and would have not exculpated her who suffered through me. Well, you've been up to quite an adventure recently too, my friend. Yes, my expedition to the North Pole was quite nearly a success, but we were in too rough a shape to continue on. I'm happy to say that we have had our fair share of adventures, and it is time we part ways with our ambitious ventures. That does seem like a nice retirement plan, but I'd like to officially announce that I'll be returning to the North to continue my great expedition. Unhappy man, do you share my madness? Have you drunk also the intoxicating draught? Hear me. Why do you not revere my tale, and fear my tale that puts Dante's Inferno to shame? Take heed of my warning and dash the cup from your lips. Well, that is all for tonight, folks. We had a great show,
Why do you
and
have
due to
my
some
cries?
technical difficulties, we will be ending the show a little bit early. Have a good one.